there's going to be a lot of combat sports in Las Vegas. You got
Vegas.
Canelo going head to head against Berlanga. By the way, Berlanga has been really cheerleading Canelo all weekend because people are saying that this is not the fight that anybody wanted. Nobody cared about this fight, so screw this fight. And then you have the Sphere, which has Sugar Shane O'Malley against God, what's his name? Gilbert. Help me out with this one. Mirov. That's the main event, and then obviously it is Mexican Independence Day weekend. So Gilbert,
they have one Mexican on the card, Alexa Grasso against
Grasso. Gilbert, there's rumors coming out that the Sphere, the UFC really wants to drown out the Canelo Berlanga fight. That's been a lot of the reports. What says you about that weekend? What do you think? First off, what do you think about Canelo versus Berlanga? And what do you think is more interesting, Canelo versus the Sphere versus the UFC, or Canelo versus Berlanga?
1,000% the UFC Sphere is going to be the more entertaining card, the one you should be focused on, the one that's going to generate the headlines in the Sphere. A good card. Well, it's not the best card, but I like the top two matches there. Sean O'Malley is really fun to watch, but and also I was thinking, like, Canelo, what are you doing? One, you're gonna fight a guy who does not deserve to fight you, Edgar Berlanga. I'm not even sure, like, if Berlanga would have beaten Jaime Munguia like in a different battle, like, okay, cool, we've seen this guy, he's never been tested, and you immediately get Canelo fight. Like, Berlanga he's slow-footed, he's kind of like Frankenstein out there. He does have some power, but he got built up with power early in his career, Fernando. And then his last 5-6 fights, the power has just gone because the competition level has gotten better. So he's a little kind of fraudulent, but I shouldn't say that. We'll see what he does. But definitely the UFC card you should pay attention to more. But I will say this about Canelo. I do respect the crap that he's saying. MMA, this new combat sports crap that Dana White has, you don't step into my territory. You don't step into Boxing's Day. Mexican Independence Weekend belongs to boxing in Las Vegas. Get that crap out of here where you're playing grab ass on the ground and it's going to be boxing throwing it down. So Canelo defending the sport, defending Mexico's Day. I like that from that point. I know it's a little cocky, a little arrogant, but I'm all for it for now. I don't care. UFC, you're fun, you're exciting, but it's not your day. Take a hike.
If Canelo really was going to say that, he should have fought somebody else.
Yeah, I know. It would have helped my argument.
So,
but
yeah.
And real quick, I don't know if you saw, Fernando, Dana White is pissed off with the MGM for hosting that fight with Canelo. But
yeah, I think he called it a rundown stadium or something, or he called it a run something like
about. He fights at T-Mobile all the time, but
so
he feels disrespected. But like it's business.
MGM is where Gervonta was against.
MGM Grand, but MGM properties own T-Mobile Arena. They own T-Mobile and Mandalay Bay. They don't own the Sphere. That's, I think, James Dolan's group, the New York Knicks owner. So if you're the MGM, you got to make some money on that weekend. You're not going to be like, all right, Dana White, because we like you and we don't want to ruin ties here. No, they have business to do with Canelo Alvarez. Get that money, MGM. I don't blame them. But also, shout out to you, Canelo, for defending the honor of Mexican boxing.
But you know why, right? Because they so now that you mentioned James Dolan, I saw a lot of people are like, he's putting more effort into the Sphere than he is into the New York Knicks. So I actually thought that was pretty funny, even though the Knicks were kind of a playoff team this year. But I think it's a joke that he's fighting Berlanga. I mean, there's other fighters I'm sure that he could have fought, and it seems like the Saudi people are really but he just had surgery. I don't think he's ready. I think he called it a joke though. I think he did. I think I saw something.
Yeah, he even vacated the super middleweight title because he's like, I'm done chasing Canelo, so he's now a light heavyweight.
Yeah. Berlanga said Canelo could fight whoever he wants. He's a legend in the sport of boxing at this point. Just tune in for us, Berlanga, Canelo, F the haters, and everyone that's talking. Keep talking. So it was.
Sounds like a guy who was happy for the payday, and that's it. That's not a good sign.
Well, yeah, exactly. So it just it was interesting to see. It was interesting to see all the hate that some of these guys got for this, and it's going to keep on happening because I think people are starting to finally get fed up with Canelo, and they're like, go fight Benavidez. Like, stop running, stop. And hey, Canelo, you hate it? Either go fight him or say, I don't want to fight him. I don't think I can take him. leave me alone. Because Floyd Mayweather used to get this all the time. We have to remember that. Floyd would get it. You're not fighting Pacquiao. You're ducking Pacquiao. You don't want Pacquiao. Well, Canelo, you know how to shut up the haters. Take this fight. But I saw reports where the Saudi people want Canelo versus Terence Crawford.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
do you think that fight ends up getting done, or?
I think so. Just because Canelo's running out of opponents, like yeah, you could fight David Benavidez, but what the hell do you do after that? And I think Canelo probably has 2, maybe 3 years in his prime, and he has to keep cashing in. And the thing, the problem here,
401k.
Yeah, this fight for sure. But the problem is for now, like when PBC is offering you, hey, $35 million guaranteed, and they're like, you don't care who I fight, you're gonna give me a guaranteed $35 million without worrying about the pay-per-views, then go fight scrubs. Who cares? You're getting the money. But if PBC keeps losing money and say the pay-per-views tank, and they start saying, all right, Canelo, you're not worth this money, then that's open us pressure to Canelo to get a better opponent. But I'm sure PBC is gonna be like, well, no, you know what? There's enough buzz with David Benavidez. Maybe he'll fight him next. So we'll see. But if the Saudi people say Riyadh season, they say, you know what? Here's $50 million, man. Go fight Terence Crawford. He's gonna take it. I think Crawford wants it too. I don't blame Crawford. He's in the same scenario. He already wiped out the welterweight division. He has nobody at junior middleweight. That's why he's fighting a guy whose name I don't even know this Saturday. But you need big names. You need a payday. And Canelo fighting Terence Crawford, they kind of need each other. I think it's dumb because weight classes matter, but it's getting to the point we're gonna head that way.
Yeah, I'm wondering. But I mean, I don't know. I just think that Canelo needs to realize that people are really frustrated, and I'm sure he doesn't care.
No.
But he's always like, "Yo peleo contra los máximos." No, you don't, bro. Like, get out of here. You haven't done that in a while. So it is frustrating, and I'm sure fans are not happy about it. But
Dano says the fans want Canelo versus Benavidez. I do too. Virgil Ortiz Jr. on the Crawford undercard is an up-and-coming boxer. He was going to fight our friend from Australia. I'm blanking on his name right now, but he pulled out with an injury. The guy who lost to Sebastian Fundora.
Yeah. The Grim Reaper, Undertaker. That guy.
I'm already forgetting. I definitely want to see Canelo Benavidez. Dano, I don't know if we'll get it, but it'll be Crawford or maybe Benavidez, but after berlanga.